Hello, beautiful people. Today I have a little more than the usual to tell you. You just listen. I remember I told you I was going to tell you on how to write a personal letter, and today I'm going to add a little bit on how to make short video presentation because most companies in Göteborg at least require a presentation of yourself for at least 30 seconds to 1 minute. So forget about the outfit. I know it's a beautiful outfit, you see, like a model or something. Yeah, but you just listen to what I've got to tell you. I have some scenario that I'm going to explain much later about some sort of discrimination in a way, but not in details. But you just listen and make sure you learn one or two stuff so you don't make the same mistakes. Let's go. Hello guys, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about how to write a personal letter or a presentation letter, whatever it's called, which is one of the documents you add to your application when seeking a job, for instance. And maybe a little bit about short video presentation, which is a requirement to most companies, if not all the companies in Göteborg right now. So they require that you do a 30 seconds or 1 minute video to present yourself, which I really deem is unnecessary, and I think it's a way to undermine people based on their look, maybe their race even, rather than their experience and qualifications, because you have everything on your CV and what they have written. If you're curious, if you have doubt in what they have written and what is on the CV, invite them to an interview. I don't think it is too much expensive to invite a lot of people, have a group interview, and have one-on-one conversation with people, rather than having somebody, for instance, someone who's a dishwasher. You expect him to be eloquent or whatever in what kind of video presentation. I really think it's unnecessary. I'm just saying it because I know my opinion doesn't matter, because who am I? But at the same time, I'm saying it because I've been a victim. Yeah. So I remember applying for one hotel, which is the third biggest hotel in Göteborg. When some companies or some hotel preach diversity, you find out that the only diversity you find, you have the colored people washing dishes and or doing cleaning the hotels and stuff. That's the kind of diversity they preach. But anyway, that's none of my concern. But I just want to tell you the little story. So it's more like I remember going to this hotel, and then she was asking me, would you consider being a cleaner? I laughed. I just laughed and I said, did you see my CV? I'm a fucking mass communication graduate. Most of those I had applied for a role of a receptionist. Most of those people working in the receptionist, the only thing they are better than me at is a Swedish language. You know, a wise man once said that language is not a basis to judge intelligence. You know, so I speak English. English is almost like my mother tongue. I speak Swedish fluently. It's not my mother tongue. I speak Spanish. I speak, I understand little French, you know. So and most of those people who work as a receptionist in hotels, most of them, they are just probably gymnasium certificate holder, which is equivalent to secondary school in my country and in the British standard. But anyway, I went to the interview, so to say, and she was suggesting that I work as a cleaner. Can you imagine? I'm not going to mention the name of the hotel, but it's the third biggest, probably the third biggest hotel in Göteborg, and it's known for its beautiful spa. There is another instances where I got a job as it's an extra job. It's not a permanent job. is one of these big hotels in the city center, but they have a lot of chains across Europe. And I went to the receptionist on my first day at work. I went to the receptionist and I told her I I'm gonna work here. I'm gonna be working here today, so I'm gonna see the person in charge. And the first thing, without even asking me what department are you employed in, the first thing she said was, "Is it a housekeeping department?" I mean, there's no way to beautify it. Housekeeping is cleaning, cleaning the hotels. So is it like, she said, "Is it housekeeping department?" I didn't even tell you what kind of what department I'll be working at. But just by looking at my skin, she probably think, okay, this is where they belong. This is the kind of job they do here. I just laughed. I said, no, it's service. I'll be working as a waiter or something. And then before she called the person in charge, they took me in and then I started my job. And then the third instance is one hotel in the city center. It's a quite small hotel. It's a family hotel in the city center called Hotel Riverton. I'm going to mention this name because this one we even have to solve our issue through the Hotel and Restaurant Union. This Hotel Riverton, she saw my CV. I had applied for so many jobs in Hotel Riverton. She saw my CV. She saw my letter. She said everything was perfect. She didn't even call me for interview because she said I fulfill every requirement that needed for that role as a waiter. She called because there's a reference. I told her I work extra in Gothia Towers, the biggest hotel in Sweden. She called my boss in the department where I told her I was working, and my boss told her about me. She called me and she said she has heard every good thing about me, that I don't even need an interview, that I should just come and start work. She booked me on a pass immediately. I have every messages on my phone and on my computer. Guess what? The day I came to start work, she saw me. I don't know, but there's nothing other than my skin color. The moment she sees that I'm not who he was thinking I could probably be, she told me there has been misunderstanding in the contract. She told me there has been misunderstanding in the contract, that I should go and then we'll talk on phone. And I was like, you already booked me for a shift. You said I didn't need an interview because I fulfill every requirement. You even called my boss behind my back because I used a reference. The only thing that I could think of was because she was not expecting to see an African descent for the job, for the role of the job. I mean, that's the only thing. I have every evidence on my phone. I sent it. I had to call. I told her, okay, you have to pay me for the hours you booked me. So that's how it works. She refused. I had to call the hotel and restaurant union. I had to call them. Please, I need to get my money. They stepped in and they got my money. I don't know if this is a YouTube video. Whichever authority that is watching this video or something, if they can really take this issue up, why Hotel Riverton refused to employ me after we agreed everything? After she asked to send my details and everything. I sent my details so that she would prepare a contract. And upon seeing my face, that I'm black, she said there has been misunderstanding. I was not even employed. She refused to even pay me until Hotel and Restaurant Union stepped in before I got paid. Anyway, so those are some of the reasons why I think the video presentation is a way to just show you there and then, so they don't waste their time inviting you like Hotel Riverton did to invite me and realize I was who I am, and then they didn't offer me the contract. But yeah, if they skip the video presentation and then they start judging based on your experience and your qualities, I think we would have a smooth life and smooth service, I would say. But anyway, that's a topic for another day. Now I told you I was going to tell you how to write a personal letter. And I'll show you a copy of my personal letter. And yeah, the video presentation is just basically say who you are. You are already there, exposed with your skin. Possibly you can just tell them, all right, I'm from Africa, living in Sweden. What else you want to hear? Because you feel exposed. I think you can't do anything. And then everything I've studied there, I can fit in your team because I grew up in a country with diversity, respect people's culture, and I'm ready to learn new stuff, and I want to fit into the system. Give me opportunity. I mean, you're the one who need the job actually, so give me opportunity, please. Maybe before you start pleading, the 1 minute is past. Thanks. Oh gosh, you send. I mean, that's the best solution. So if you don't have anything to say, just say, please, give me the job. Go. And now I'll show you the letter. Let's see. Personal is brave. Yeah. So the personal letter, I'll take the camera for the purpose so you can see it clearly. Let's say you are applying for the role of receptionist, for instance. You can start by writing your name, your address, your phone number, and your email. Make sure address is necessary if the job is not far away from you. But if it's a job further away from you, your address is really unnecessary because it may stand as your disadvantage because they consider how long it will take you to work in most HR. So you start by saying, hello, I'm interested in the opening in your company because I've had similar experience or almost similar experience. I've worked as a cashier, that is if it's almost similar experience, or I have worked as a receptionist assistant, or I have worked as a receptionist if exact experience in so hotel. I'm working there now. I've worked there before, or I just want to change jobs, or I want to move, I'm changing a city or something, relocating. Then you continue by saying, I've had education in mass communication, for instance, which I have done, and it makes it easy for me and to relate with people and work with everyone from all walks of life. Sometimes it may not be education, it could be maybe your experience. You have lived in a society that is full of diversity, and then so for me, I want to improve my skills and my knowledge about hospitality. For me, I want to build myself so that I'll be able to give world-class service, which is to give customer service that unforgettable moment that even when they leave, they would always remember this hotel for this service. These are my qualities, or these are the responsibility I did while I was a receptionist. I was taking responsibility of the counter. I was fixing the booking, checking in and checking people out, making sure the guests are having a good time, administrative duties and responsibilities. You add those things, and then so and sometimes maybe your CV may have other job that you have done that are not within service. You can say I did that because of relocation, and then I just needed something to do for the meantime, or I wanted to try my hand on something else, but I came back and now I know this is what I'm really meant to be, or this is what I want to be. Then you can go continue with using some of your strongest qualities, like have great security awareness, and then I work in the I work independent. I can work independently and I can work as a team, and then good communication skills and good customer service, and problem solving and taking my own initiative. Even give good instances or examples of how you've done some of those tasks and how you've helped yourself to take some solve some problems in your previous job, and how you relate with people, instances where you have worked alone, instances of where you've worked in a team, instances of things that you just think add up, and probably when they call your reference, they would say almost similar about you, because definitely they might need a reference on the long run, if not on the short run. So you just conclude and say you can add to it that, yeah, like I told you in the CV, I speak different languages, which I think is also good as a receptionist, because if you applying for a five-star hotel, for instance, you don't expect only people from who speaks English or only people who speak Swedish to be your guest. So that's a way to spread to encourage diversity. You speak different languages and you could communicate in different languages, which is an advantage to you and to the company, which is something you can add to the team. So this is how a good personal letter should be like. And like I told you, a short video presentation could be in any form, but you just talk about yourself, because obviously you look exposed already, so there's nothing you can hide. Rather than do what you can. If they like you for you, they will invite you. If they don't like you, you move on. So don't stress yourself with, see, the good thing about me is that I'm happy with my job. My current job is one of the best place I could ever work. But the good thing about me is that I have one open letter that fits any field of job that I want to apply for. It's just little adjustment, so I don't stress my head. So it's quite easy for me to apply for as many as 20 jobs a day, because all I need is just adjust one thing, and then I put. I don't say, okay, now I'm for receptionist job, I'm going to think, crack my brain and write. And then maybe I see another vacancy that is bartender. Then I will not clean this one from beginning to end. Then I will not start from scratch. No. If it's bartender, I just adjust. Receptionist, replace bartender, company name, then responsibility. You fix it up and you mark everything up. Before you know, you come up with almost similar letter. So you don't stress. Then it's quite easy for you to, if you don't move on easily, you just get depressed and you get disappointed. Don't let nobody bring you down for no reason. You can do your stuff, make your life easy for yourself. Create an easy life for yourself. Don't always start from the scratch. It's okay to stop somewhere, to have some glitching, and then you continue. Do you understand? So don't start from the scratch and start thinking, oh God, I'm going to start. They say no. This company say no. I have to start from the beginning. No, my friend, you still have the same CV. You see another opening that is similar, bring the similar job you have done, take it up on your CV. It's just change from PDF to Word, edit it a little bit, come to your personal message, move, edit, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, you edit. Before you know it, you've applied up to 20 jobs in 4-5 hours. It's that simple. Okay, so then please do not forget to subscribe, like and share, and do not forget to follow all of my social media. I use the same name, Ofumala Official. It's just that in Facebook and Instagram there is a space between Ofumala and Official, but in all other platforms like TikTok and YouTube, it's just together, Ofumala Official. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for my next video. I love you, man. Peace.